Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty universal, being alone. We're looking at this piece, The Power of Solitude, how alone time can be your greatest asset, and kind of flipping the common idea that alone equals lonely.
It's a really important distinction.
Yeah, exactly. So our mission really is to see how choosing solitude, how that can actually help you grow, maybe spark creativity, build resilience, find some peace. That's what the source suggests.
We should probably start right there, nailing down the terms.
Yeah.
Because the text is very clear. Loneliness isn't the same as solitude.
Okay, right. Loneliness is, what, that ache?
Yeah, that ache for connection, feeling cut off. The source calls it a wound, which feels about right.
Mm-hmm.
But solitude, that's different. It's a choice. It's deciding to be with yourself. The text says it's like a well you draw from.
A wound versus a well. I like that. So solitude isn't bad, it's intentional.
Exactly. It's intentional time with yourself, not just by yourself.
Okay, so let's dig into why the source calls it this, like, superpower almost, this asset. One thing is strengthening your identity.
Yeah, that's a big one. The idea is when you quiet down all the external noise, the demands, the opinions,
Organize all the chatter.
you actually start to hear your own voice, your real thoughts, what you truly want, your core values. It helps you get back to who you authentically are.
So less performing for others, more tuning into yourself. Makes sense.
Totally. It's about defining yourself from the inside, not just by how you react to everything coming at you. Leads to living more genuinely, the source argues.
And then there's creativity. We hear that a lot, right? Alone time and ideas.
Yes, and the text definitely leans into that. It points to, like, artists, writers, thinkers who actively sought out solitude.
Why, though? Just fewer distractions.
Well, partly, yeah. Fewer distractions means your mind can, wander, dream, connect things in new ways. It's giving your brain that breathing room.
Room for the aha moments.
Pretty much. It actually ties into how our brains work. That default mode network gets more active when we're not focused on a specific task. It's linked to mind wandering, which is surprisingly key for creativity.
Oh, interesting. So letting your mind drift isn't just laziness?
Not when it's intentional, apparently. It's productive in its own way.
Okay, and beyond ideas, what about emotional strength, resilience?
Right, the source suggests solitude builds that too. By being comfortable alone, you learn to sort of self-soothe. Meaning you learn to manage your own feelings, solve problems, without immediately needing someone else's input or, like, validation.
Ah, okay. So you build this inner strength, this self-reliance. You know you can handle things.
Exactly. You develop that internal anchor rather than always looking outside for reassurance. It's about knowing you're okay on your own.
Which connects to the last big point, maybe. Peace. That calm feeling.
Yes, that feeling of just stillness. When you're not on, not performing, not explaining yourself, just being. It texts us that can be incredibly healing.
I can see that in our crazy busy lives, finding that quiet space.
It's a refuge, isn't it? A break from the constant stimulation. Just being present, which sounds simple, but it can really restore you.
So for anyone listening thinking, okay, sounds good, but how? Does the source give tips on making this a habit?
It does, yeah. Some practical stuff. First, actually schedule it. Treat it like an important meeting, not just leftover time, even 15 minutes.
Make it non-negotiable, okay?
And then unplug.
Yeah.
Seriously. Put the phone away, turn off the noise, create actual quiet.
Easier said than done sometimes, but crucial.
For sure. And do something you find fulfilling in that time. Could be walking, writing, meditating, just thinking. Whatever works for you.
Personalized solitude.
Right. And maybe the biggest thing, let go of the guilt. Sometimes people feel like they should be available 24/7.
Oh, definitely. Like being alone is selfish.
Yeah, but the source reframes it.
Yeah.
Choosing solitude is intentional self-care. It doesn't mean you're shutting people out forever. It means you're recharging so you can show up better. Alone doesn't have to mean unavailable.
That's a helpful reframe. So it's active, not passive.
Yeah.
You create solitude.
You got it. It takes effort and seeing the value in it.
The text also mentions real examples, right? People actually doing this.
Things like solo trips leading to big personal insights, writers finding their voice, parents just needing that moment alone to recharge.
Even business leaders using quiet reflection for big decisions.
Yeah, stuff like that. And the point is, these aren't lonely, isolated people. They're described as powerful people who know themselves using solitude strategically.
So it demystifies it. It's a tool, not a punishment.
Precisely. A practice for growth.
Okay, so wrapping this up, The main takeaway seems to be that embracing solitude, choosing it, isn't something negative. It's actually a path to knowing yourself better, feeling more whole.
Yeah, I love that line from the source near the end. You are enough because you've sat with yourself and realized you're whole already.
Wow. That hits hard, doesn't it? Challenges that idea that we always need something external to feel complete.
It really does. Solitude lets you connect with that inner sense of worth.
So, maybe a final thought for everyone listening. In this world that demands constant connection, constant doing, what if you started seeing solitude as an ally, not an enemy?
What could open up?
Yeah. What might you discover if you just allowed yourself the power of simply being with yourself? Something to think about. Thanks for digging into this with us.